So good evening, my impatients. How art thou? How are you all doing? So I am live and I'm ready to perform for all of you. I hope you will come filing in and engaging with the monster. So I'm going to share with you some artwork while people join because some people like when I share the artwork and go over the artwork. I don't know who some people is. Nobody's ever. I don't even think it. Tongue tied. I don't think anybody's ever indicated they like when I share the artwork. I'm just assuming they do. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to start off with this one here. Hey, Pizza Pasta. He says, Happy Friday, big dog. Oh. What's up, Pizza Pasta? Happy Friday to you too. And hello, Jolly Jolly. Jolly Jolly says he likes when I share the artwork. Okay, so we're going to start off with this one. There is nothing for them to communicate. They're honest. It's face value. Accept it. Believe it. Pretty self-explanatory. This one is Merry Christmas from Andrew and Santa Claus. Interestingly enough, for what it's worth, this is very similar, or at least it was inspired by a holiday decoration we had in 2011, and I'll share it with you right now. We had a Santa. And this is me in December 24th, 2011, and that's me with the Santa decoration. It's waving, as you can see. And, obviously, this is me, waving like the Santa decoration. And last but not least, this is one I did today, which, I think is, another, this is Santa's sexy girlfriend. And Santa's sexy girlfriend says, ho, ho, ho. Santa says to his sexy girlfriend, ho, ho, ho. Were you naughty or nice this year? And they're both waving, Merry Christmas from Santa Claus. All right. So now that we've, kind of gotten that out of the way, now we can go on to the incel couch. I say, I'm a genius. I'm going to be a movie star. But the truth is, I'm sitting in my room on the incel couch with no friends, alone, pouring my life down the drain in a daydream world. The next one, it's my mind. I really am delusional. It's ideas of reference, predicate logic, thought broadcasting, the spotlight effect, delusions of love and care, and delusions of grandeur. It's really my mind. That's what it is, The next one, this is a Christmas related drawing. Frosty the Snowman is melting, obviously, and he's saying, oh no, time is running out for me. And I say to Frosty the Snowman, yo, give me your magic hat, dude. I want your superpowers. I want Frosty the Snowman's superpowers. The next one is a Christmas themed one, too. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer says, I once didn't fit in, but then I saved Christmas. And I say to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you had your time in the spotlight. Now it's my time to be rich and famous. Step out of the way, Rudolph. It's my time to save Christmas and society in general. And last but not least, this is a rendition of the Fruit Family. This was actually an outtake from the Fruit Family from a few months ago. I think a few months ago's rendition was better. This is from November 18th, 2025. That was. I basically was just killing time with that one. This is the master take. That one was just kind of like a scratch. And on that note, that's really the artwork from the past few days. Do you guys have any questions, comments, or anything to say about the artwork? What do you think? Pizza Pasta says, well done. Thank you, Pizza Pasta. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. He says, masterful, even. Thanks, Pizza Pasta. I can do more artwork, or you can start firing away questions. So here's something interesting, and I was going through my coat jacket. I mean, I'm not going to show you the ticket, obviously. But I went to a holiday show around Christmas time, 2019, and I watched like this choir. And I was going through my jacket because, obviously my gloves fell out of my pocket. I didn't have any winter gloves. And I reached into a jacket I never wear. I guess I have rarely worn it since 2019. And I discovered like a stub, a ticket to a holiday show, like a holiday orchestra kind of thing, a holiday choir. I'm like, oh, this takes me back to a time that I'm like, should I take it out of the pocket and throw it out, or should I just leave the stub from 2019 in my pocket? I just left it in there, because it brought back a pleasant memory. I'm like, oh, this reminds me of seeing a choir, like a holiday choir in 2019. So I could have thrown it out, but why? Yeah, I guess I don't get dressed up in a suit enough, right? I guess I don't get dressed up in a suit enough. Because if I did, it probably would be long gone from that pocket. If I did get dressed up in a suit, it'd probably be long gone. But nope, I guess I typically wear jeans and sweaters. And that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to get dressed up in a suit. I don't even know how to tie a tie, really. La 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 la. All right, so let's go here and check out some of the comments. Okay, so I noticed Tara Social has been obviously covering, embellishing some of my songs, and she's been making some originals of her own. And I want to say to Tara, great job, keep doing what you're doing, and I'm a big fan, Tara, big fan. So a friend came over today, and we were watching this. I don't know if it was a documentary or it was about Mark David Chapman, the guy who assassinated John Lennon, and they were doing like a real sensationalistic, smut. You ever read those magazines where people kind of, it's celebrity gossip. They were saying like the reason he did what he did was because of The Catcher in the Rye and he was homeless. I personally think he assassinated John Lennon because he was envious. I personally think he did it because he was jealous and he wanted to be famous too. The source of your self-esteem should not be assassinating a rock legend. It should be pursuing artwork yourself. Even if you aren't commercially successful, you shouldn't. And they were trying to say, oh, this guy was violent, and he was. And, obviously, all of his ex-girlfriends are viewing him like a monster after he killed John Lennon. But, some people, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. I mean, John Lennon, it's not like he didn't do some abusive things. Wasn't he violent with his first wife? I mean, that's what they say, some people say he was physically violent. But people view him as a rock legend, and he was a rock legend, and I don't know. Yeah, but then again, people shouldn't sensationalize and glorify these shooters. It's kind of like when people were doing that after Virginia Tech and Columbine, and it was inspiring copycats. If you get recognition and they make you into a rock star for assassinating or mass shootings, it's just going to inspire copycats. It's like let's delve into the psyche of the person who murdered Charlie Kirk, or let's delve into the psyche of Luigi Maginoni. Let's really explore why Luigi Maginoni did what he did. Speaking of Luigi Maginoni, some people say they didn't read him his Miranda rights, and they searched him without, unlawfully searched him, and some people think he might get away with, killing the CEO if he did, assuming he actually murdered him. What are your thoughts? I mean, assuming Luigi Maginoni actually killed the CEO, I mean that's obviously bad. Premeditated first-degree murder. I mean, maybe I'm projecting here, but I'm assuming. He looked collegiate. He looked handsome. He looked intelligent. He looked like he had a lot going for him. To throw your life away by assassinating a CEO, I mean, I don't think he realized, what jail was going to be like, or maybe he did. He just didn't. I don't know. Or he maybe thought he was going to get away with it, but yeah, I mean, way to throw your life away. I mean, yeah, congratulations. I mean, like, the consequence of that is jail. The consequence of premeditated first degree murder, assassinating a CEO. That the consequence of that is jail. And he was handsome, he was intelligent, he was collegiate. He shouldn't have done that. I mean, obviously, I'm speaking from a rational mind's point of view, a rational mind's perspective. Anybody here? Yes, somebody said Luigi could the ladies obviously like Luigi Maginoni. But honestly, it seems like he's really aged over the course of the past year. I mean, he was handsome, obviously, but yeah, it seems like in jail, his looks are starting to deteriorate and fade, and he's going to lose the lady market soon. The ladies aren't going to think he's so hot anymore. Yeah, the ladies definitely love Luigi Maginoni, that's for sure. The ladies love Luigi. Somebody says, Andrew, you could be an assassinator. In Half-Life Counter-Strike, my name was the Dark Assassin. I was the Dark Assassin in video games. But yeah, no, I don't want to go to jail for murder, like they say, I mean, the best way to be is, yeah, it sucks that I'm not a millionaire or a billionaire, but you got to be indifferent to the class differences, and try to make yourself successful too, All right. Anybody here? I mean, it looks like we got eight inpatients watching. I'm gonna peace out here. Gecko Cujo says, you have a pool and housekeepers, Andrew. It's not exactly like you're living in poverty. Oh. Somebody says, get some coffee, Andrew. Yeah, somebody says, I honestly don't like to wear the color brown because it was put into my head. Brown is the color of shit. And I feel like, I'm shit. So I don't like to wear brown because people have put it into my head, if you wear brown, you're shit, you know? So, yeah. Yeah, that's obviously bad. You don't want to be shit, you know? So he says, it looks good. Yeah. So try not to be self conscious. Try not to listen to the criticizers and the haters, you know? Gecko Kuja says, earth tones are in. That's for sure, Gecko Kuja. That's for sure. So he says, it's brown. Yeah, I'm wearing a brown sweater today. So are there hidden realities, or probably not? Everything is as it appears to be. Like with my family, friends, and so on. Is there hidden realities that will make me angry, or not really? What are your thoughts, or is everything like pretty much as it appears to be? Gecko Kujo says it appears everything is as it appears. There's no major secrets. Yeah, it's like the artwork I shared earlier. Um, it kind of goes like this. It's my mind. I really am delusional. It's ideas of reference, thought broadcasting, predicate logic, the spotlight effect, delusions of love and care, delusions of grandeur. That's basically it here. And this is the next one. There is nothing for them to communicate. They're honest. It's face value. Accept it, believe it, toggle the switch to off. My neck's kind of bothering me tonight. I don't know. Maybe it's bad posture and I'm leaning down. Hopefully, I don't have like a herniated disc or a pinched nerve in the neck. That would suck. I don't have neck surgery. I'm probably okay. I probably just slept wrong. Dante says, "Me too." On the right side. Sorry to hear that, Dante. Yeah, we're getting old, right? The older you get, the more your body starts to break down and hurt. Yeah, Peter says, I hate sleeping messed up. Yeah, sometimes I sleep like this. I'll fall asleep in a bad position. And when I wake up, my neck is so stiff I can't even move it. Yeah. But, that's not every night, obviously. Gordy wants to know how much I weigh. Probably about 170, 180. And I'm 5'8", 5'9". I don't actually have a scale in here. Maybe I should get one, but I don't actually have one, so I can't do a weigh-in. But I could do, yeah. La 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 la. Yeah, anybody want to send me money? Because, yeah, I'm really running out of money, and I really got to pay off. I just told my parents, just give me like, $500 each of you for Christmas. That would really help me out tremendously. If my dad gave me $500 and my mom gave me $500, that's all I want, so I can pay off my credit card. All I want for Christmas is $500. So he says, "Do you have a PayPal?" I have a Venmo. I don't use PayPal though. I mean, if you really want to send me money, Peter, I mean, I appreciate it, but I mean, what's the catch? What's the catch? They say, if something appears too good to be true, if Peter's sending you $500, what does he want in return? I'm like, I appreciate it, Peter. I appreciate you sending me $500 through these apps, but what the fuck do you want? So he says it wouldn't be $500, and it would be because it's Christmas time. It's the holiday season. He's feeling jolly. All right, I appreciate that. Gordy says, "Drop your Venmo." I don't think I'm going to do that, but I would definitely I definitely need some money. Pizza Pasta says, "Yeah, la 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 la." So, any last questions? Does anybody? I mean, I've kind of run out of things to talk about, so maybe I'm gonna hit the bricks here. Peace out here. Anybody have anything to say? Anything like that, or no? Geen asks, "Do you like breasts or do you like buttocks on ladies?" That's a really riveting and an interesting question, and I shall answer it for you. To be honest with you, I prefer buttocks, but um, I'm more interested in ladies that are petite and are like my friend. Yeah. I don't really mind if the ladies have voluptuous breasts. And I don't care. In fact, I don't really care too much. What ladies look like as long as they're relatively skinny and pretty and like my best friend. That's all I care about. You know. La 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 la. I need a haircut too, but I don't have any money for it. I'm just gonna let my hair grow out, I guess. Buttocks. All right. Any last questions here, or should I get into my underpants and lie in bed again? I guess get into my underpants and just lie in bed at 6:30 p.m. on a Friday night. That's what I'm gonna do. Staring at the wall. Actually staring at social media. I'll probably be on my phone. I'll be browsing social media. Staring at social media in my underpants in my bed. That's probably what I'm gonna do once I end this live stream. Or sit on the couch, listen to music, and stare at the wall. Pizza Pasta says social media means spicy content, doesn't it? Not all the time. Sometimes I browse Instagram, X, formerly Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and so on. But sometimes I go on websites like OnlyFans too. I'm not going to lie. Or Reddit, and I look at the spicy subreddits. But no, it's not. It's not all spicy content. I just spent a lot of time on social media. I know some people say maybe you should try to give up looking at spicy content and try to find love in real life, but All right, guys. I mean, I appreciate you having watched. I seem to be running out of things to talk about. You don't seem to have much questions for me, so I'm gonna hit the trail here. Adios, my impatient. Thanks for watching. Peace out. I'll talk to you all again soon. And that is what it is.